You're not going to feel better when you leave the narcissist. This is something about the narcissist and healing from the narcissist that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. People tell you to leave, people tell you to go no contact, people tell you what to do, but they never tell you what to expect. You're not going to automatically feel better when you leave the narcissist, at least not right away. As a matter of fact, your pain is probably going to be worse. It's going to feel like an intense pain. It almost feels like your body is taking a you know what on you. Healing is hard. Healing is painful. Healing is something that has to be felt. This is why I encourage people, if you need to cry, cry. If you need to join a support group, do that. If you need to have that one friend or family member that you can trust, that you can always call and talk to, and they'll let you just talk and vent, do that. If you need to journal, whatever you need to do to really, really heal yourself back up, do that, because leaving the narcissist will not make you feel better. You're going to feel worse. There's going to be a lot of emotions, and it's going to feel like a roller coaster. You're going to feel good one day. Some days you're going to feel empowered, you're going to feel strong, and then some days you're going to feel like complete ish. Some days you're going to feel stupid. Some days you're going to feel like, what was I thinking? Some days you're not going to trust your own decision making process. Some days you're not going to trust yourself. Some days you're not going to trust anybody. Healing is painful. It's really, really painful. And this is why I say dealing with the narcissist is like a loss. And it's a painful, painful lesson. Dealing with the narcissist is a loss. And it's really, really horrible for the survivors, because when you're with them, you go through it. When you leave them, you're going to go through it. And if you were really, really a great supply to that narcissist, they will go out of their way to make your life a living hell. If you have children with them, they will make your life so difficult. If you were married to them, they will make things difficult. The divorce process, they're going to give you this up and down emotions. Some of them will even go as far as acting like they don't want a divorce, just to love bomb you, hoover you back, and then they'll show you that they do want a divorce. Like, these people play with people's minds. They play with people's emotions. So leaving the narcissist, if you feel like you are feeling worse, if you feel like you're just going through it, if you feel weak, if you feel like you are in your darkest moment, if you feel like this is the worst time of your life, that is true. That could much, much, much be true, because you are going through healing. And healing from the narcissist is one of the most painful things besides being abused physically when you're with the narcissist. That healing is going to be, it's going to be something different. So please give yourself some grace. As I told one of my clients the other day, I've seen grown men, grown, handsome, well-to-do men just break down. Just break down and cry, or break down and be vulnerable, break down and be just in their feelings. I've seen strong women or women do the same thing. The narcissist does not discriminate. They don't even have a type. They don't discriminate in any kind of way. When they need a supply, they will get their supply. It doesn't matter who, how, when, and where. So just because someone is a man doesn't mean that they can't suffer narcissistic abuse and also go through the pain and suffering after leaving the narcissist, or after the narcissist has left them. This video is literally my advice to you to give yourself some grace. If you're feeling like ish, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like you feel worse than when you were with this person, if you're feeling like your healing process is just a mess, if you're feeling like some days you're stronger but some days you're weak, if you're feeling like you haven't made any progress, if you are feeling like you were better off with the narcissist than the pain that you're feeling now, your feelings are valid. Healing from the narcissist is painful. Until all of those backstabbing and lies and gaslighting and making you crazy and cutting you deep in your heart, until all of those wounds have been healed, you will have days where sometimes you don't even understand yourself. You will have trust issues with a lot of people. You will have trust issues with yourself. You will begin to second guess yourself, second guess everything about life, second guess everybody. And the rumination, for those of you who don't know what rumination is, this is when, usually when you leave the narcissist and now you're minding your business, you're trying to heal, you're trying to move on, and every so often you start to think about them. You start to think about experiences you had, whether it was good experiences or bad experiences. Every so often, your mind goes back and you're constantly thinking about this person. Sometimes you're thinking, maybe if I did better, maybe if I did this, maybe if I was prettier, maybe if I worked out, maybe if I cooked more, maybe if I cleaned more. And sometimes the thoughts would be, how was I so stupid? Why did I let this person do this to me? Why did I let this happen to me? How come I didn't tell anybody? Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. And sometimes the thoughts would be, that was a red flag. I should have seen it. Or when he did this, that was a red flag. That was a red flag. That was a red flag. How come I didn't see it? How come I didn't act on it? How come I didn't leave sooner? All of those thoughts are going to come in your mind, and to me that's one of the hardest part, because it's not something you can control. It's not something you can just turn off. It's not something you can just snap and it's gone. Sometimes this lasts for years. I'm telling you, this is why I try to catch you before you slip deep into the narcissist or the narcissistic relationship. My videos are geared towards just warning people before you get in too deep. Because once you get in deep with the narcissist and you have experienced the full cycle of the narcissistic abuse, it doesn't matter if it was only 10 days or 10 years. Healing from the narcissist will take a toll on your whole life. It will take a toll on your body. It is something serious. The healing process from the narcissist, it's so painful and it's so serious. So please give yourself grace. Let yourself feel those emotions. Let yourself go through those days. If you feel like you just want to lay in bed and watch Netflix and just eat snacks and be lazy, do that. You only have one body. You only have one heart. And if your heart is hurting, do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better. Don't look down on yourself, or don't think about people looking down on you because you're in your room or in your home and don't want to go anywhere, don't want to mingle, don't want to socialize, don't want to get dressed. Don't let anybody guilt you into feeling that way. Whenever you feel like, okay, today is a hard day. Today, I just can't show up. Today, I just cannot be strong. That is okay. Give yourself some grace. Go through those moments. Go through those processes. Go through those emotions. For me, I like to cry. I'm a crybaby. When I'm feeling a certain way, I always feel like when I get a good cry out, I feel so much better. I feel so much better afterwards. And I can conquer the whole world when I get my cry in. And for you, do whatever makes you happy. Again, you only have one life, you only have one body, and you only have one heart. And the narcissist has a way of cutting deep holes into your heart that bleeds every time you think about them, every time you ruminate, every time you try to move on, every time you try to be strong. That those wounds, that heart is bleeding. So take time to take care of your heart. You only have one heart. And guess what? Nobody's going to do it better than you do it. Nobody's going to really take your healing journey and do it for you. You have to take charge of it. Whatever makes you happy, do it. And I'm talking about healthy things. I'm not talking about alcohol, drugs, and none of that. Anything healthy that you can do to heal, do it. And give yourself some grace, because healing from the narcissist is one of the most painful things you'll ever deal with. Please comment your thoughts below and your experiences as well, and follow for more. And you can also book a one-on-one coaching call with me.